Hi, let's start with exercise number 8, which is changing the subject of formula. Question number 1 is 5 into y minus 1 is equal to 2 into y plus 3. The first thing we will do here is to open the bracket by multiplying the bracket with what is to the left of bracket. We have 5y minus 5 is equal to 2y plus 6. Now we can see that the terms containing y are on either side of the equal to sign. We can bring both the terms on the same side since we need to make y the subject. We have 6 plus 5 on the right hand side. 5y minus 2y gives us 3y. 6 plus 5 gives us 11. So we are left with y is equal to 11 divided by 3. We can write this as a mixed number, and that's our final answer. Question number 9. We have ay minus x is equal to z plus by. Again in this question, we observe that the term containing the y, which has to be the subject, is scattered on both the sides. So we bring the term on the right hand side to the left hand side, and we take the negative x to the right hand side, which becomes positive x. Since y has to be the subject of formula, we factorize the left hand side, and now we have a minus b in the bracket. The right hand side remains as it is. Now, since y has to be the subject, I need to move the bracket a minus b to the other side. Now what is multiplied on one side divides when it goes to the other side. And since the bracket containing a minus b is multiplied on the left hand side, it will go and divide on the right hand side. So now we have z plus x divided by a minus b, and that's our final answer. Let's try question number 10. We have m into y plus a is equal to n into y plus b. The first thing that we will do here is to open the bracket by multiplying with what is to the left of bracket. So we have my plus ma is equal to ny plus nb. Now, since y has to be the subject of formula, we observe that y is scattered on both the sides and we bring it on one side. So my minus ny is equal to nb. The positive ma from the left hand side moves to the negative side, moves to the right hand side and becomes negative ma. Now on the left hand side we are left again with two terms containing y. We can remove the y common out and factorize. So we will be left with m minus n on the left hand side and nb minus ma as it is on the right hand side. Now we can conveniently make y the subject by moving the bracket to the other side, and the bracket divides on the right hand side since it was being multiplied on the left hand side. Alright, moving on to the next question. Let's try question number 24. We have y plus x in the numerator divided by y minus x is equal to 3. Now I have a fraction here and I have y both in the numerator and denominator. So now I need to make sure that I first get rid of the denominator. Now always we need to make sure that we understand that when there is a fractional line and there is an expression on top of it, it's as if the expression is inside a bracket. Similarly, what is below the fraction line is as if it's in a bracket. The reason why we need to understand that is we need to move the denominator to the other side, as what divides on the left hand side goes and multiplies to the right hand side. So we have y plus x on the left hand side and we have 3 into y minus x on the right hand side. So when I moved the expression from the denominator, I moved the entire expression to the numerator. And that's why it's very important for us to understand that the whole expression in the denominator was initially in a bracket, which is in fact invisible. Now we can open the bracket on the right hand side and we have y plus x on the left hand side and 3y minus 3x on the right hand side. Now again we observe that we have the terms containing y on either side of the equation. So we bring both of them on one side. Y minus 3y is equal to minus 3x minus x. It doesn't matter which side you take the y's to. So if you bring both the y's to the left hand side and if you move or transpose your terms with the correct change in sign, or if you move both the terms to the right hand side with correct change of sign, in any case your answer will be correct. You can try it out for yourself. Now we have y minus 3y. This y is like 1y minus 3y, which will give us minus 2y is equal to minus 4x. Now we can leave y to be the subject of formula and take the negative 2, and as the negative 2 is being multiplied on the left hand side, it will as it is divide on the right hand side. Now sometimes students in this case, when they move the negative 2 from the left hand side to the right hand side, make it positive. But remember that the negative 2 is not a term. It's only a term that when it goes to the other side, it changes its sign. Here the negative 2 is a factor, and all that happens to a factor, if it's in the numerator, it moves to the denominator as it is. Now we can cancel the common signs in the numerator and denominator and also simplify 2 ones are 2 twos are. And we are left with a final answer, y is equal to 2x, and hence we've made y the subject of formula. Let's try question number 30. We have n minus y is equal to 4y minus n divided by m. Here again, y has to be the subject of formula, and we have a fraction on the right hand side. So the first thing that we can do is to get rid of the denominator. Now what divides on one side goes to the other side and multiplies. So the m comes to the left hand side and multiply with n minus y, and I am left with 4y minus n on the right hand side. Now my priority is to open the bracket first, and now I have mn minus my is equal to 4y minus n as it is. Okay, so y has to be the subject of my formula, but y is scattered on either side of the equal to sign. So if y has to be the subject, it has to go on the same side of equation. So now this time I'll take the my, which is negative my, from the left hand side to the right hand side to show you that it doesn't really matter which side you take both the y's to. So I'll leave the mn on this side I'll bring the negative n from the right hand side to the negative side and it becomes positive n. 4y stays here as it is on the right hand side and the negative my goes to the right hand side and becomes positive my. Now again I have the terms containing y in two places, so I can factorize the right hand side by removing y common out, and I have 4 plus m inside the bracket. Now conveniently I can make y the subject. I have mn plus n divided by 4 plus m on the right hand side, and that's our final answer.